Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
G'day, legends. Welcome to another edition of Send It Mate podcast. I'm Caleb.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Couchy.
And it's time for another guest episode. We've had a few weeks where we've just been breaking down topics and talking crap.
Utter crap.
Utter complete rubbish. Some backyard science, some terrible maths, some interesting stories that I kind of regret telling now because they've been made into memes. But nonetheless, it's time to mix it up and have a guest. And tonight we've got probably, I think, is that our first recommendation that we've actually actioned?
I think it could be.
I think it is.
I reckon it is.
So if you remember the episode with Aaron Perebski, a.k.a. Range Derp, he dobbed our guest in tonight. So it's time to introduce her. We've got Danielle Watts, otherwise known as Gun Girl Danielle. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me.
No problems. It's a pleasure. So for us, this is going to be an interesting chat because we really don't know too much about you other than what we've seen on Instagram. And we've liked what we've seen there. We've done a bit of stalking in the background, as we do with all our guests.
Well, Caleb has.
It's research in air quotes.
Yeah.
So
That should be good.
yeah, it should be. So how was your day anyway? What did you get up to?
It's really good. So today I got my 4570 dropped off, which was big wins. How I'm going to fund shooting it, I'm not sure yet. And I've also picked up, slightly not gun related, a supplement sponsor. So that's going to be announced soon too. So big day.
Very
Big day.
nice.
Really good.
Very nice, very nice. What's a round of the 4570 going to cost you? It'd be up over $2, $3, something like that.
Yeah. So for 20 rounds, Steelo said to me on a good day, I'll be lucky to get it for $80.
Jeez. Oh, so that's $4
that's
a
if you can
round.
Find it, and I'm like, oh. And then there's always the option of reloading, and of course you can't get powder, so
Yeah.
that's why I think we've become a good golf club.
I think that's why I dropped it off in person, just to lessen the blow, because it's going to cost you $4 every time you shoot the thing.
Here's a gun you can't use, but hey,
Yeah.
Jesus, primers are the problem here, not powder. Powder's okay, but primers in South Australia just non-existent. It's ridiculous.
really?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some powder here and trade some primes.
Oh, wait, you'd be using pistol powder, wouldn't you, for the 4570? What powder you?
I've not even looked at reloading data yet, so I have to look that one up later.
Yeah, if it's pistol powder, good luck.
Yeah.
We'll think of something.
Oh, well, there's always some way to work around it. But
Yeah.
you go all right with the shotgun we see. So is it the WA state title?
Yeah, so I, in a nutshell, have been a firearms specialist for 8-9 years now, and shotgun has always been my calling. So I started getting into target shooting, which then led to competitive shooting. So 4 years ago, I won state titles in Tower.
Nice.
And funny fact about the Tower actually at our club. So it's actually the lighthouse from Rottnest Island.
Ah.
Yeah, so they literally bought it, got it to our club, threw a trap at the top of it, and that's what we call Tower. Yeah, and it's shoot Australia wide, but we're just the ones that shoot out of the lighthouse. So
That's pretty cool.
It is.
yeah.
A bit unique.
Yeah, that's cool. And then a few weeks ago, I had state titles again. I came second, but I came second on a point system. I shot more clays than him. I have to shoot with the boys because there's not enough girls. But he beat me on a point system, so is what it is.
Oh, that's a bit rough.
Yeah.
So
I make sure everybody knows that I shot more clays, though.
I was going to ask that. How many girls are actually active in that sort of discipline?
At states, well, at my club in shotgun, there's 3 of us. One of the girls is a junior.
Yep.
So yeah, there's not many at all. Yeah.
Do you have any tips for the old trap shooting or skeet tower?
Shotgun
No
shooting.
one likes trap, let's be honest.
Oi.
No one likes trap.
Trap's good.
Skeet, tower, and sporting are all fun. But tip-wise, honestly, it's all moving your body. It's all about moving your body. People think it's point and shoot, but it's not. It's getting ahead of clays, getting above clays. Yeah, moving your body would be the best tip that I could probably give somebody. And wherever you point your feet is where you should be shooting. You get people that point their feet that way, but they're shooting that way. Like boxing, you know, where you point your feet is where you want to be going. Shooting is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
It does. I think that
What got you into shotguns?
So going back probably like 10 years, I'd say now, I went hunting with a group of people. They had shotguns, pig hunting actually, and I just took to it. Just one of those things that I was like, I want to do more of this. And I completely winged it and went into a gun shop and was like, how do I get a job here? And it literally was just by chance, and it snowballed. And in a perfect world, I would have become a gunsmith. But the government doesn't consider that a trade unless you go through the army or if you go overseas for it. So it was just working in a gun shop for 8-9 years.
Wow.
And shotgun
Sweet.
was just my weapon of choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, very nice. Did you have like a bit of natural ability with it when you first went out hunting?
Well, with the 20-inch shotguns, yeah, because I'm real short. So I got short arms and stuff. So a 20-inch shotgun actually felt like it fit properly. But when I was holding like 32-inch barrels, it was like a broomstick. So everything I've had to be cut down and modified. So there wasn't really much natural balance, but I naturally fell in love with it. So sort of.
Very good.
You see a lot of posts about Beretta. Is that the shotgun of choice?
I've been a Beretta girl since I can remember. So Silver Pigeon is what I run. And then all my gear is Beretta, my headphones, my goggles and stuff like that. I flew to Melbourne a few years ago and Beretta actually took me through their gun room, which was unreal. Unreal.
I'll bet.
They had like the James Bond style table where you push the glass and the handguns come out.
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, yeah, I want to live here. Right here. And so Beretta, and then working in the industry, I got along really well with the rep. So yeah, my heart lies with Beretta. I would, in a perfect world, like a DT11 if they're going to watch this.
Yeah.
Shotgun, so
I think we'd all want one.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take the shotgun for the plug Beretta, thanks.
They're definitely a nice shotgun.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Have you used a DT11?
I have. A few of the guys at the club have them. And yeah, it's just torture holding someone else's gun. You're just like, why? But, yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful guns, beautiful made guns. But yeah.
And you mentioned that like hunting got you into shotguns. Have you gone hunting again with shotguns?
I have. So I love. See, here in WA, we don't have luxury of like much game. Like the most common we've got is goats, and they're dwindling because of the wild dogs. We've got your roos, which obviously you need tags for. So, and then apart from that, we have rabbits and foxes, but they keep releasing all the Khaleesi strains and the myxomatosis strains. So the rabbits are pretty much like non-existent as well. So if you're lucky enough to find pigs, it's nice to go pig hunting with a shotty, but goats mostly is what it would be.
Are ducks flying west or?
We don't have any, no.
No, okay. What? I would have thought you'd have some, but yeah, obviously
There's
not.
some down at like, you know, the local like schools when you drive past and stuff. Like you see them all in the duck pond and you're just like, better not. That's it. That's probably as much duck as you'll see. Like there's really nothing here in WA. We do have camels, you know, like 7 hours drive north and stuff like that. But
yeah,
you know, they're not easy to get to.
Yeah, wow. We're not really selling WA.
No,
we're only hearing
not at
bad
all.
things.
Yeah.
Constantly get messages from people like, when you come in Queensland, when you come in here, like all the deer and all the big boars, and it's I think a tour of Australia for hunting's on the cards.
Well, this is talking about living in WA. This is something when I first saw your profile on Instagram, I actually thought you were from the US.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I actually get that a lot.
Like running ARs and that in some of your posts. I'm like, wait a second. Where is this girl from? What?
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of friends with a lot of fantastic licenses and fantastic toys and stuff, so I get to jump on some of that. But I always say I think I was supposed to be born American.
Yeah.
I'm actually British. I'm not even Australian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
I've been here 15 years. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably a good segue into the first question of our 10, which is where you're from. Well, we've established you're in WA now. Well, you've just said then you've been here for 15 years. Where'd you start off?
So I was born in England, and this is also a leeway to how I was addicted to buying 303s for a while. I'm actually from Enfield.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's why I used to also collect the Enfield 303 rifles too.
Cool. And so your parents came out here. What was that for? Just work or different lifestyle?
My dad's Australian, so he always wanted to come back to Australia, even though he's from Sydney. We ended up in WA. And that was it. Yeah, my mum got in on work and we've been here ever since. I've actually not been back to the UK.
Wow.
Yeah.
With the Enfields, like what did you use the Enfields for? Did you just collect them?
I always bought functioning ones. I always done serviceabilities on them to have them on an open class license, but mostly it was collecting them.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if you were shooting with range derp or not, and he seems to like his
Do you know what? Like, we are such good friends and we have not actually met yet.
Oh wow.
Really?
Not met. He's sold to the Northern Territory. But we talk all the time. I don't know why I'm actually friends with him because he likes Adlers. It's weird. But yeah, no, so when he does come back to WA, we're catching up. Yeah, we're gonna catch up.
Cool. It's got to do stuff in person. Like
Eventually, there's got to be a time.
Yeah.
But he does seem like a top bloke, so.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah. I've got nothing bad. Bar the Adler, like I said, questionable, very questionable. I don't know if I'd give him a job based on that, but like, yeah.
That's awesome.
fair enough. All right, we'll keep rolling through some questions with you and see where we get to. But number 2 is, what's your favourite food, Danielle?
Good question. I go through these phases where I like something and I eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I rotate. So at the moment, it's sushi. I just love sushi, or Mexican. Yeah.
Mexican's both are good choices.
Yeah, both are good choices. Yeah.
How do you?
And I always come back to burgers.
Yeah.
Good burgers. Oh yeah.
You got a good burger joint in Perth.
Charlie's Barbecue.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Next time you guys are in WA, we're going to Charlie's Barbecue. Oh yeah.
Nice.
He's
Done.
American, I think, but the burgers are like this big.
Very nice.
I've got to ask, like, you train a fair bit, so how does eating sushi and Mexican fit in with your training?
Do you know what? It is a good question. So for some reason, my body reacts well to high carb diets. So as long as I can control my fats and all of that, I can maintain high carbs. So my trainer, I don't know, unless he puts me in like a cut, then I'll probably drop him because like I'm not willing to sacrifice carbs. But for some reason, I can just, if I eat high carb food, I just train better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Are you training for anything in particular?
ideally, maybe get into a little bit of powerlifting. Maybe.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
how we go.
I reckon it'd be a dangerous profession being a personal trainer and having females as your clients, because we all know that when a female gets hungry, they get angry. And then if you,
Dangerous? Do you know what's dangerous? Trying to find a company that makes squat-proof pants. That's what's dangerous. Because I feel sorry for whoever's behind me. The multiple times my pants is split. That's dangerous.
You have to get on the bloody Bombshell or something about that.
Yeah. They're expensive. They are. Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh, everything's gone up these days, man.
that's a fair call.
My coach survives because he's ex-military.
okay.
Until he puts you on a cut, then he's not going to survive.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like you might have to come up with your own clothing brand for
Yeah. Oh, that would be good too.
not busting out of.
Just like leggings with like printed AKs down the side.
It's not bad actually. I kind of like that.
Well, I guess I haven't seen them before, so it's a niche, that's for sure.
Yeah, I reckon.
Sweet as. All right, Danielle, what was your first job?
It was when I left high school. I think it was literally just to get out of high school. It was, I don't even remember what it was called. Macros? Do you guys have Red Dot over there? Like the chain store Red Dot?
I've seen it.
Like that. Like a
Clothing?
big warehouse of like bulk buying stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Just a warehouse job. Nothing exciting.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I don't
And I
even
would
know.
have been...
Is it kind of like a Costco or something like that?
Yeah, like something like that. So like
Yeah.
I would have been like 15, 16, straight out of high school. And that was it.
Your first job was after high school?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well, I dropped out in year 10, so
Ah,
yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah.
All great people dropped out in year 10. Don't you worry.
That's what I say. Elon Musk dropped out of high school, and look at him.
Yeah. There's something special about that dude, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called
dedication
the
levels.
spectrum.
Yeah, and that too.
Bloody hell.
Well, you got to do something to pay the bills when you're not at high school. So
I don't think it was paying the bills. I think it was more so just get money and then go clubbing back then.
I was
Just
about
paying
to
the
say.
weekends.
Paying for my V8. back then.
you had to fund your lifestyle somehow.
Yeah.
What V8 did you have?
So I didn't even have a. I went straight into the city and I bought a VYSS. I like that.
With no license.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was driving that around.
With no license. You were driving it? No? Oh.
I had like my learners, but
That's all right.
all right.
Once again, great people drive before they get a license on the road, so that's all right. You can get away with it in some parts of this country.
probably
But
won't after this podcast. But okay.
Wait, do you have a license now?
Barely, but yes.
Excellent. It helps, especially gun license.
Yeah.
Now, Danielle, if you could trade places with anyone in the world, who would that be?
Good question. I get stuck on this one. I genuinely couldn't think of someone I'd want to trade places with. I got stuck on this one.
What about just for a day, so you could change something about the world, or
experience something or?
Do you know who's cool, actually? And I've always had a bit of a crush on her, Vanessa Johnson.
You'll have to,
Yeah.
enlighten us.
Yeah.
I have to Google
So
this.
she's American, came out of the army. She might have actually gone further than the army, but she now hunts poachers for a living. So over in like South Africa, all over the world, her job is to literally just shoot people that try and poach like the rhinos and the elephants and stuff like that. And she's made like a real career of it. She's like a big gym girl too, but yeah, she's done it for years, hunting poachers.
Yeah, nice. Couchy just pulled up a photo
Yeah.
for us. She looks like a bit of a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Shooting poachers for a living.
That'd be an interesting job.
I've heard they get paid.
Yeah, she would have some good stories. Yeah.
I heard they get paid nothing. I had a mate that went and did it after the army. And I think he was saying he was like on $14 Australian a day.
Oh wow.
That's what he was getting paid over there for any poaching. Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing.
Absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, over there, $14 probably get you a bit further than the $2 a month everyone else is on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't realize it paid so bad.
I don't know about now. This was back in 2009, I think. So
It's probably as a resident there, or they move over there for that.
he moved over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was contracted through a company and went over. I remember the last conversation I had with him. He was like telling me how much he was going to get paid, because I was thinking that being a contractor he'd be on
bulk money,
like bulk coin, and he was like, "No, it's like $14 a day." I'm like, what? Why are you doing this?
Do it for the love of it.
Yeah, literally. Like, really love doing this.
You'd feel like you get stuck over there if you were doing that. On that pay, you just couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Can't afford to get home.
No.
Really not enjoying it anymore, but you can't do nothing.
Do you think if you did it, would you be enticed? Maybe not a rhino, but maybe, I don't know, if you'd, I don't know, just looking after the local lion population, do you reckon you'd have a cheeky poke at one?
Do you know what? When I was working at Shooter Shed, we had a big leopard on the floor. And the story behind this leopard, it was taxidermied. The story behind the leopard was they had to shoot it because it was going into the village and eating the locals. So this was like this famous leopard. And I always believed that story. Like, it could have been a lie, but I always believed it. But I could do it. Like, if it was something like that, you know, it's going in and...
Yeah, I'd make up a story too. I'd be like, yeah, it was killing everybody. I had to put it down.
Well, I guess if
violent and aggressive.
I guess that's what the antis sort of don't really look at, is the purpose and reasons behind why they decide to cull that certain animal.
Yeah.
And generally there is a reason, especially the lions and all that. They get sort of encroaching on town limits. But, yeah, I'd definitely do it.
I've even heard of a bull giraffe was killing younger males, and then they pretty much just offered a guy. They were like, "You're here. We've got a problem. Do you want to come shoot him for, I don't know, $3,000 or something?" I don't know what it was, but yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, cool, no dramas."
Oh, the bull elephants do the same thing. They go nuts through the towns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something different.
I think it's like, the older generation, they just get old and cranky. But then if you got that mass and just
how bad is that when like an old person pushes in front of you in the line and you're at the shops and you're like, "Mate, age is no excuse for manners. Get back in your box."
But you didn't say that, did you?
Nah,
Yeah.
I just
You just
twiddled my thumbs and waited till I even paid and went through. It happens too often though.
I think once you get to that age, you'd be like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm just going to go in because everyone else did that to me."
Bloody oath. Until you get shot by someone that comes around you.
Yeah.
I must have early onset old age crankiness or something though, because I have no tolerance for fucking anything anymore. Like,
I could see why older people hate kids. Like,
Yeah.
I'm only in the 30s.
Now I
I'm getting close.
I get so cranky, road rage, and it's now got to the point where I don't care if people hear me when I just have a go at them. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're almost crossing that line.
Yeah, a little bit.
Relatable.
Cool.
Jeez, manners make of a man, mate.
well, someone's going to have a go back at one day, I'm sure. But
Yeah, the wrong person that splits bloody pants at the gym. They're going to snap you in half.
Hasn't had her carbs for the day.
Oh, God.
fair enough. Well,
Second Amendment when I need it.
What do you need that?
Second Amendment.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be lovely if, we had that in our constitution? That'd change Australia pretty well, I reckon.
So touching base on road rage, there'd be a lot more speed holes in people's cars.
Yeah, just a few warning shots.
And this is why we can't have the amendment.
I mean, it's hard. We'd have very different gun laws. How do you go with the gun laws over there? Do you find them really frustrating? Because WA is kind of the harshest.
They just don't make sense.
Yeah.
So, for example, pump actions. Everybody's like, you can't have pump actions. You can, you just can't have pump action shotguns. So I can sell you a pump action 308. I can sell you a pump action 300 Win Mag, but not a pump action 12 gauge. And people are like, why? And it's like, just that's the regulations. You can have a pump action 22. There's no consistency in what they're running. That's all.
Is there anyone over there that's trying to fight for the laws and trying to just claw things back to what it used to be?
We do. SSAA do what they can, but I think it's sort of, when it comes down to actually changing anything, it's a bit of a boys' club, because when you look at actually changing the regulations or whatever it may be, it's behind the scenes politicians are trading votes. So you could probably genuinely have someone like Pauline Hanson, who is like pro-farmers and pro-guns, but it falls on deaf ears because she's got no backing because everybody else is trading votes to get something else across the line. Of firearms, we're just bottom of the food chain.
I've got a feeling it's a lot to do with funds. Money, I think they're behind closed doors. I think there's cash changing hands more than what we would like to imagine. I truly believe. I think that it's ripe with corruption like that here in Australia. And the pump law that you've got there is that's a federal problem. We're not allowed under Class B, A or B, we're not allowed pump shotty here, but we're allowed Remington 7615, Like, makes no sense. Same as you. We don't have we do have appearance laws, but they're not quite as strict as yours.
They've relaxed those quite substantially in the last few years. So that's the other thing. It was never a law. That's why they couldn't control it. It was more of a regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So they took that through court and it was thrown out. So we do have the MDT chassis a lot more. And so like the pistol grips are allowed. I've got the pistol grip running on my ticker. But yeah, for so long, like police were actually going to people's houses if they had a tactical chassis, taking the gun off them, bringing them into the shop with like confiscation tags, like crimes had just been committed. And we were like, okay, what are we doing with them? And they're like, oh, they just look tactical.
Yeah.
Is that right? So nothing's actually happened. It's just they look scary. Yeah.
Well, that's as bad as our gel blaster laws here. You would have heard about that.
Yeah.
That's a joke. So
it's just, it's stupid. But what the funny thing is that they're always like, tactical is scary. And it's like, you've heard of the war, right? Like, you know what they were running around with in both world wars, right? Like, they were Woodstocks.
Yeah. You got a valid point there, actually. Yeah, very valid point.
Yeah, bolt action Woodstock rifle would have taken more lives than any semi-automatic.
No,
you think
maybe not now, but I mean, like, two
like
world
World Wars, yeah.
like they were Woodstocks, there wasn't running around with AR-15s then.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's a lot of kills racked up over those two wars.
Oh, they are, but
there was obviously semis and stuff like that as well, yeah,
and shit.
Autos.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're a person that wants to cause harm, you're going to cause harm no matter what's in front of you, whether it's this pen that's in front of me or a glass bottle or something like that. It doesn't matter. It's stupid. It's an educational issue. We just need to educate our general population a bit better and stop the fear mongering. That's all. That's what it boils down to. But
that's it. That's exactly it.
how do you did the people that had those chassis rifles taken away from them, did they end up getting them back after they laxed the laws?
Yeah, so they were this was going back a fair few years now, but it was the Colt M2012s. And all it was we ordered them in standard synthetic stocks, changed them over, gave them the gun back, and gave them the tactical chassis back, and just said you can't have the chassis on the gun.
Yeah, ouch.
They were like, wait, what? And I was like, yep, that's what we've been told.
Probably just because it's black.
So
That's ridiculous.
literally.
There's going to be a lot more than just the one. But if you had the power to just change one law or remove it, what would you choose?
I would like to have the ability to have Cat C firearms on an open class license.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, Caleb's against that.
Settle down.
That's probably a good choice, actually.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Oh, gee. You put me on the spot, which I did to you. Oh, jeez.
Bring in your Second Amendment.
I want to say the same thing because that's a pretty good one, but that's cheating. So I'm going to say suppressors.
Is that it? Is
illegal.
that it?
Actually,
Yeah.
No one vote for Couchy ever if he ever goes into politics. Is that it? Suppressors.
Well, then you go to WA and you get semis.
small things at a time, Tom.
Yeah.
This is how ludicrous it is in South Australia. I don't know if you've heard, but they're trying to ban bow hunting here. And
Oh, really?
yeah, they're actually talking about it as if they've already made the decision it's going to happen. They're just working out the details of how to bring it into law.
It worries me, though, because it's gone real quiet recently.
It has.
So
Yeah.
either they're just doing shit under the table to keep things quiet from the public, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's a bit. So what's the reasoning behind it?
Unethical,
well,
apparently.
Yeah, there's been obviously reports and stuff like that of animals with target-tipped arrows, like still in them, like a kangaroo, or there's a few instances.
There's one in particular with a seal.
Yeah. Sealed the deal. But yeah, so they're trying to push that as a hunting with a bow and arrow is unethical to an animal and it causes undue pain. So yeah, it's sort of their facts aren't there, but they're sort of riding on what they think they know and they're not willing to sort of educate themselves in that sort of area.
I've always said, I can't wait for the day that I don't know, something happens and like the chain supply of meat that gets to Coles and Woolies stops, and you're gonna have all these people like, but where are we gonna get food from? It's like, oh right, okay.
Well, we saw a little bit of that here during COVID with all the panic buying. And there was a lot of people buying out this meat, and it sort of didn't get to quite that point, but it was borderline where there was a lot of people that did start thinking, well, you can't trust the supermarkets to have it all the time.
The system.
Yeah. They sort of, before then, you sort of really didn't have much of a experience, apart from like our grandfathers and grandparents and all that sort of went through the depression.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sort of, I guess, opened a few people's eyes.
Yeah, same here. It happened here with toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where that started.
What? Dunny paper.
Like-
Have a shower. Fuck. Is that
I
difficult?
saw a meme that said if you had a gun license, you don't have to raid for toilet paper. You let everyone else do it, and then you just go hunting later.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. But I probably think I saw that because you shared it.
Probably. Probably got me banned as well. I get banned quite a bit.
Here's a
Watch it lately.
Here's a question for you. If shit hit the fan, okay, and you're a firearm owner, and your neighbour or something that's not into shooting, or even if it's just someone that you don't know, comes knocking on your door and is like, can you help me, please? Like, my safety and feed me. Would you do it knowing that kind of a person would be, before the crisis happened, anti-guns and anti-hunting? Would you still help them?
Well, how bad does the shit hit the fan? What are we
Like
talking-
I'm talking about no food, fucking riding, looting, all that kind of
so
piss.
like the apocalypse, it's just everyone for
No, no,
themselves.
It's The Walking Dead, but without zombies.
no.
Can't wait for the zombies.
No, go on.
But would you help them? Or would you just shut the door and be like, fuck off, champ?
Is this a question across the board?
Yeah, for everyone,
Go
actually.
on.
Do you know what? Like, part of me would want to, but then part of me is like, nah, you made your bed.
Yeah.
I think it'd be harder in that situation as well because your stock will be limited. So therefore,
Yeah.
you'd be sort of rationing between who you can help because you have your family, friends, and all that. But yeah, as you said, that I think if there was a chance of things going back to good again, that'd be a perfect time for us hunters and shooters to sort of have that respect from the public because we were the suppliers at that time.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you know what I
I
mean?
get where you're
it's
coming
sort of
from.
the hearts and minds of the issues in the future because it'll work out better in the long run.
I think I say no because my neighbor would be the person that would wait until I'm asleep and then just steal my gun and then be like, now I've got the food.
There's definitely a choice of people, that's for sure.
See, that's something, though, that the general population, and Couch, you just touched on it, you know, our grandfathers sort of knew how to process food and things like that. We as hunters now know how to do that. But as a whole, or a general sort of rule of thumb, people could steal a gun, but then, and they could shoot an animal for food, but do they know what to do next? No, because we all know that's where the work begins after the animal's on the ground. You know, there's a lot that can go wrong between those steps.
Yeah. Even like some sort of like there's not many hunters that I know, there's a few, but they do you sort of certain meat processes and all that, like your salamis and sort of, preserving and all that our grandfathers did as just a standard. There would be so much that they would have done that we wouldn't even know about that's been forgotten now, let alone like that's pretty much forgotten skill.
It is a dying breed. I'd love to learn how to field dress properly. My field dress skills are not ideal. I mean, it's edible. Let's just say that it's edible. But you'd probably take 2 or 3 looks and be like, does Uber get here? Or like, we have to eat this.
Where's the sushi at?
It's getting there.
How much hunting have you done?
Over the years, I've had my fair share of hunting. Like, at the start of this year, I was going fortnightly.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty consistent for sort of 5-6 weeks. But then there's change of hands with properties, and then it stops. So over here in WA, we don't have access to Crown land. It's all private properties, and it's all who you know and what you can get onto.
Exactly the same here.
Yeah, makes it hard.
Yeah.
But if you can get out to certain pockets of WA where it's known that there's pigs and stuff like that, then you're laughing. That's what I had at the start of the year, but the property owners' hands changed, and then they were like, no, we don't want no shooters on the property. So then you lose it just like that.
It's surprising how much that actually happens. Like we've lost a few properties of the same issue.
Before that was goats. Love hunting goats. And then the wild dogs just went nuts. And you go out to these properties now and it's just vacant, just dead land almost.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say was pig was your main sort of target, but obviously goat as well.
Pig was ideal. Pig is always the game, but goat's probably more common. Goat, I've had a lot more experience field dressing as well. And oh my God, they stink.
Oh, yeah.
They stink.
I've actually never eaten goat, like fresh.
What?
Hunted goat, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we've had goat.
When?
New South
Nimby.
Wales. On the Darling. That property on the
Yeah, we
Darling.
didn't actually get the goat.
Yeah, we
Like,
did.
Yeah, we did.
We literally have photos of us
No, but-
butchering it.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't eat the goat
Yeah, we
because the
did.
esky fucking ran out of ice.
No. We cooked it up. That
I do
night.
not remember eating that.
We obviously did a good job of it.
Yeah.
Tastes a lot of beef, eh?
Have you sampled much game meat outside of the species you've hunted, like any deer or anything like that?
Yeah, deer. Deer's nice. I do like to make like deer jerky, stuff like that. Camel, I like camel. Camel's nice. Can be a bit gamey, but camel's nice. What else have I had? I tried crocodile, but I didn't get the privilege of shooting or catching the crocodile. That was already prepared.
Yeah.
The croc tastes
But
good.
I'm pretty much open to trying anything as long as it doesn't have a face.
As long as it doesn't have a face.
Tofu.
As long as it's look. So I love seafood, but if it's like prawns, I love prawns, but if it's still got a face, I'm like, ugh, can someone like take his face off?
Why did you kill me?
Oh.
That was the weirdest thing about when I tried flounder for the first time. That was just a whole flounder, and just the face is on one side of the body. It's just looking at you, and you're like, "It's a bit weird."
Who cares? It's dead.
Yeah, but most fish,
ain't got no feelings.
most fish, you feel it, and you don't have that head. But it was good.
You do it this. Everything has a head at the start, so I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't understand.
I guess fish is just a little bit different because you usually eat it when the head's not there.
Yeah.
So
That's true. You get out and do any fishing?
No, I'd like to. That's a whole nother, kettle of fish. But I would like to do fishing. Yeah.
there's some good fishing in WA, yeah.
There's supposed to be, yeah. I've got a fair few friends that have like fishing and tackle shops and stuff like that. So I should probably take advantage of that, but never gotten into it.
Do it.
yeah, off hunting season, get stuck into the fishing, or head up north and get some barramundi.
Yeah.
That'd be a drive.
I need to do the camels. Camels is what I need to go north and do the camels. That's what I really want to do.
I only just had camel again the other day, and every time I've had it, it tastes like a Hungry Jack's Whopper.
Really?
That's what it tastes like to me every time I eat camel. Yep, Hungry Jack's Whopper. I think it's absolutely divine.
Sonic cancer, man.
Hey,
It's sonic cancer.
that's a
Tasting
stroke.
something else.
Someone burning toast.
Everything starts tasting like Whoppers.
I wouldn't complain. Whoppers are all right.
Soaking grass.
Burgers are way better at Hungry Jack's.
No way.
Bro, there's no sponsorship money coming our way. Your taste buds are fucked, my friend. Anyway, we'll move on. Hey, Danielle, what's the most dangerous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, this might get me in trouble. So, many, many, many years ago, there was a quarry and there was a 30-30 and there was some like gas cylinders and stuff. And we were like, oh, I wonder how big these flames could get. Like, if we shot it. So it was like, it lit up the quarry. Like it was, now I think about it, it was probably how I got introduced to firearms. Like, and I was like, this is sick. This is so much fun. I want guns. Like, this is awesome. And then it wasn't until years later, I was like, right, okay, yeah, that was pretty dangerous.
How big were these cylinders, gas cylinders?
They were, do you know what, to be honest, I can't really, they were, I want to say bigger than barbecue ones, but then like it was that long ago. You know how when you tell a story, it's like
Yeah.
could be exaggerating. But I'm going to go with big. They were huge.
We'll say like a 9 kilo or 8 kilo, whatever it is.
Even that'll produce
Yeah.
a fair flame.
I've shot the jet boil ones before, and that's thrown out a fair bit compared to the size.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I'd say that was probably the most dangerous thing that I could probably say on here.
No, you can say whatever you want.
No,
Keep going.
You said you'd say whatever you want. Like, there's no-
Keep going.
One time.
Nah, that's all right.
No, you don't have to incriminate yourself. It's all good.
So
Have you guys ever answered this question as well?
We have.
I've done it before, and it was very anticlimactic for me.
What, answering the question?
The gas bottles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've turned the questions around on ourselves in an episode once, so I can't remember what our answers were, but
You're just going to have to jump on the episode and check it out.
we've all done pretty stupid things in our lives though we probably wouldn't do again, but
Yeah,
that's how you learn.
it is. Afghan was pretty bad, but
Yeah, that would have been.
that's dangerous, I guess you can say. But stupid dangerous. I don't know. It was a calculated risk, I guess. Somewhat calculated, but I don't know. Stupid stuff.
I think my answer wasn't that dangerous at all. It's just like being in situations like on the side of a hill that is like it could very easily turn south pretty quick. But it wasn't like nothing crazy. It's not some of the answers we've been given.
Yeah,
it's just been
I get you, but I've had a buff charge the back of a car, and like before when I got out to go shoot it, I got out of the car. By the time I got out, it was off the track and in the scrub. couldn't see it. I walked up to go find it, looked back, and it was charging the car and smacked the back of my mate's Ford
So it
Courier.
wasn't even at you.
No.
dangerous.
But that was like getting out of the car that close, and
Yeah.
I was sort of, it could have turned sideways. It was amazing to see this thing just disappear. I'm like, how can I not see this thing? It's like a ton plus.
I mean, we're all pretty safe, especially with firearms, which is probably something we should talk about. Is you can't be too careful. So have you would have been around guns for a while now. You would have seen some situations at gun clubs and whatever where people have sort of need to be reminded of some safety.
Oh god, yeah. I've had so at the gun club it's out of not being educated. People with loaded guns, and they'll shoot and they'll still have a round in the chamber, you know, especially shotguns or anything like that. They'll go to turn around and they just don't think, you know, and it's like, whoa. Or one of the times that I remember over anything, it was actually a police officer. So they confiscated some handguns and they came in to drop them off. And at the counter, because I'm quite short, was sort of in line with my chest. They took the handguns out, put them on the counter with the barrels facing me. And I was like, oh, you got to clear them. And as I cleared it, round after round come out.
Bloody hell.
Jeez.
He had placed it, loaded, and then a full cylinder, barrel facing me. And I was like, yeah, that took my breath away. Yeah, that did.
And then it takes a split second for everything to change.
That's when you ring the
44 through your chest. Yeah, that would have.
That's when you ring the local shop and demand to talk to someone in charge and be like, "Hey, listen, you need to pull up your
Constable or whatever they are.
Your cronies." Yeah,
it went down that path. Yeah, but there's been a fair few of them. People come in, oh, my gun's not work. Can you fix the scope, or can you look at this? And you know, you pick it up, you clear it, and a round comes out, and you're like. Like, really? And they're just like, oh, sorry, I just didn't realize, I just forgot. And it's like, but they're always first time shooters. It's never experienced. It's always like this with this cop, like not to bag them, but it was like someone who was like new and he hadn't been trained. And it amazes me because it even goes for the police. They're not trained in firearms to the extent that they should be if they're handling them.
I agree.
Yeah.
So when you talk about firearm safety, it's like, yeah, there should be an accountability for training up people.
If you have the authority to carry a firearm on your hip around with you at work, well, I believe that there's a duty of care that you should be well versed in that firearm and more. At least at the very least, the basic fundamentals of, okay, treat all guns loaded, clear everything, even if someone hands it to me, and barrel in a safe direction and finger off the trigger at all times. Like, that's the very least.
For sure. Like, they're sort of, I guess, an example of how the public should act socially as well, or out in public. So they should be an example of how firearm owners should wield and deal with a firearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
See, I learnt some bad habits in the army. I've spoken about this before. Naturally, obviously, my job was to walk around with a loaded gun. So you sort of got very, very used to having one in the chamber. You're on safe. You know, you got used to that, and that became norm. And when I left the army, I had to break that cycle, actually, because it was like, well, okay, different sort of situation, different scenario. It's not life-threatening. It's time to rebuild my fundamentals. But I can't understand how that can get diluted in certain jobs a little bit.
Yeah. What's, like, you've had people sort of, I guess, come in with a loaded firearm to the shop. Is there anything else that's sort of a bit different, that's sort of been a bit hairy or a bit sort of sketchy?
Yeah, there's been, I mean, if you go back a few years to what happened to Barry at Barry and Sons, where he was kidnapped, that changed the industry. That really was, so you have your security systems where you buzz in and buzz out, and the police come around, they show you photos, do you recognize this person? And then all of a sudden everyone starts to just look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you speak to that. It's because at the end of the day, it's basically customer service. You speak and see to that many people, and they come around with photos and like, we're looking for this person, and it's like, have I seen that person? Have I not seen? And like, you become, it changes how you work and how you operate. Like all of a sudden, you're hyper aware of your surroundings. You're hyper aware of when you're in the store alone, and it's security ramped up phenomenally after all of that. And that was hard because he was our sister shop, so I'm sure you guys would have heard about it over there.
No,
I didn't hear about it.
I was about to ask, can you tell us the story?
Yeah, tell
about
us the
Barry?
story. Tell us the story.
Right, so just before COVID, it was handguns. They wanted handguns. They followed him home and they rear-ended him on the highway, and as he's pulled over and as he's come off and pulled over, they've just taken him and put him in the back of a van, like zip tied him, beat him up, drove him around, made him go back to the gun shop to open the vault and get the handguns. It was like all over the news. Like, and in WA where all the shops know each other, it's all sort of, it was horrific. It was horrible. Yeah.
Did they find out who did that?
No, there's speculation, there's always speculation of it was this, it was that, but no, they found some of the handguns. They managed to get them back through like raid. I think it was something like 40 or 50 handguns. It was a shipment of CZs. Yeah. And then it's like, well, how did they know the guns were going to be there? And like, it was this massive like thing, and it was all over the news, and that was hairy because obviously we know the shop and we know of them, and the gun community is small. So when the police come around with photos and stuff, do you know this person? Have you seen this person? And it hits close to home that because working with guns, you do desensitize because it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
Just with anything, like you handle it that much that you just forget that there are people with bad intentions who want them as well.
Yeah.
So you don't go to work with that mindset until something happens, and then you're like, holy shit. Like, so that was pretty full on. Because Barry is late 80s.
Is he okay now?
He's okay now. Yeah. But he's like an OG of the gun world. So that was like, that was like hearing your granddad just got beat up.
Yeah.
So that was hard. But yeah, he's fine now. But yeah, that was pretty hairy. And then, you sort of start to look at everyone like, is that the person or is that the person? Like, or they tell you that, all right, you got to watch when you go home now that no one's following you. So if you feel someone's following you, don't stop, go straight to the cop station. So when you're driving home and there's a car behind you and you turn this street and then you turn that street and they're still there and you're like, am I being followed? Like, you're not. But you get into that mindset of, holy crap.
Yeah. Wow.
I'd ask if there's any new security requirements, but let's keep that one off the air. I just popped in my head, is there a time delay safe now that can't be open between certain hours? But let's keep that off the air for the crooks don't get it.
Everything was reinforced tenfold.
Yeah.
But the shop that I'm at, we actually had pretty good, your camera, your face camera systems and all that. So your photos taken before you're going in and out and stuff like that. So that was already in play, and then it became mandatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you guys have to buzz in, or a customer have to buzz in to a gun store before entering?
Yeah. And it records. As soon as you hit the buzzer, it's recording, and there's just cameras everywhere. So
I guess it's a good way to identify who's in and out. But
Wow.
That's we don't have to do that here.
That's next level.
yeah.
But it's interesting.
Yeah. That is so.
Yeah, that was a big event for us here. Yeah, that was a big event.
Bloody hell, no wonder your laws are fucked up over there.
If I know what's to come to WA.
It's too far. You might as well go to New Zealand if you're going to travel that far.
New Zealand. Oh, how good would the hunting be in New Zealand?
Oh, yeah.
From a chopper.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm actually planning on heading there early 2024. So, and then hopefully get some hunting in there while I'm over there.
What are you going to hunt?
No idea yet. But
Do like the tar on the side of the mountains?
I haven't actually looked into, like, March is the month that we're looking at heading over there, but
You're after a kiwi bird, aren't you?
like a literal kiwi bird or a female in
A
kiwi?
flightless bird.
I'm not sure what you mentioned. But that should be fun if we get some hunting, and you guys should come along as well.
Definitely.
Well, New Zealand doesn't have foxes, so what I've heard, there's no introduced foxes, so their their bird seasons and all that apparently just thrives.
That makes
They don't
sense.
have any, natural predators over there, so apparently it's the go-to for hunting.
Yeah, that
Never
makes
thought of
sense.
that.
Yeah, that makes.
I wouldn't travel there to go bird hunting, though, to be honest.
You know what? I would, because we don't have nothing here. Like,
Yeah.
we got pigeons. That's it. Like, I'm desperate over here.
That's a
Fair
fair
enough.
call. Fair call.
I actually think if you could get onto some property and put some feedlots out for pigeons, you'd have a fucking ball with your shotgun.
Yeah.
To be honest, I reckon it's one of my favourite things that I used to do growing up as a kid was pigeon hunting. I don't know why, but just yeah,
Because you could.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
probably plenty of
basically,
it. There's pigeons and rabbits, that was it.
and foxes. That was about it. But
Good
Oh,
old
well.
pigeons.
what would you hunt in New Zealand apart from tahr? Is there anything else you'd chase? Would you bother about pigs?
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I'm obsessed with pig hunting, boar hunting, anywhere I can get it. Yeah. I want to get. Ideally, I'd love to get a big boar's head taxidermied, like a nice big tusk boar. South Africa would be nice for that as well, but
Yeah,
I have a bucket list.
$20,000 later.
Just get a warthog.
Just want a nice puma.
Is that your number one, you reckon? Like your dream hunt?
South Africa.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I reckon South Africa would probably be up there. I've heard Germany is really good for boars as well.
Yeah.
I got a few friends on Instagram. They always tag me in they're monster boars, like 50, 60 kilo pigs, like big. I'm just like, ah. Then like look back and it's like, oh yeah, I got pigeons. Like,
So a boar hunt would be your dream hunt?
yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's a bit, I don't know, I guess.
It's a bit different. I reckon that's the first time we've had that answer, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Pig hunting, yeah. Dream hunt pigs.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah. WA.
That's what it boils down to.
Exposure, really.
That's fair call.
With your pig hunting, have you only just done it with a rifle or shotgun or anything like that? Have you stuck?
I've never done it with dogs. I've got friends who go with dogs, and I'm just not skilled. I'm going to say I'm not skilled enough to get in there with a pig sticker.
Yeah.
And that's just an experience thing. That's all. But I got no problem with it. It's just I personally don't have the guts to get that close to a pig to stick it. I'm like, yeah, I'll just shoot it from back here. That's fine.
It'd be a different experience.
Yeah.
Just getting that close.
Yeah. I'd love to give it a go, but yeah, this new 4570. So yeah, I'll sit back and just.
It's one expensive hog.
Well,
Jesus.
it's an expensive hog, but it's cheap meat.
Just end up shooting some pigeons.
Jesus. There's no meat left.
Please put that on your socials. Pigeon with a 4570. Please.
Chuck that straight on TikTok. They'll love it.
Yeah.
Account ban.
You wouldn't even get a warning there. They'll just remove you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been banned from TikTok already.
Yeah, we've had a few warnings and we just sort of don't want to push it too much.
It's the most like
It's just trivial shit.
yeah. You got to be TikTok's ridiculous. Like it's almost inconsistent. Like we've had sort of videos we've reposted and had that content in one of ours, and it's caused a flag for us and got it whatever it is a warning, and then
And removed, yeah.
we had a simple one for Josh had a video of him doing some reloading, and that's bad. I mean, fair enough. It's in the community guidelines about showing how to make ammo, but you're not really. So
I didn't even realize that was a thing. That's so stupid.
I don't think anyone realises until they chuck something up and it gets just taken away. You're like, oh, okay, I didn't realise that was one of the things as well.
yeah.
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 If I had done a hashtag like knife, because I have a knife sponsor as well. So if I'd done any knife videos, which were just showcasing a knife, But if I'd done the hashtag knife, straight away it was like violating community standards.
Yeah, I think that's where we went wrong as well. The
hashtags.
was hashtagging the actual items itself, and I should have left them out and made them try and find it.
Over a knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the influence from your home country, England, mate. Fucking blunting the tips and fucking you're not allowed knives and you've got to have spoons and shit these days. That's where it's coming from.
They did. They banned knives.
Yeah.
It worked out well for them, didn't it?
Yeah.
You still allowed to have butter knives or?
Probably not.
No.
It got ridiculous. I remember reading something about it. I'm like, oh, my God, are you serious? That infuriates me because what if you've got a nice big steak that you've just spent 3 hours prepping and cooking and you got your knife and fork there and you're taking a photo because everyone likes to take photos of their food these days, buddy, and you put knife in the comment and they're going to ban it. What a load of shit. Elon, if you're listening, please buy fucking TikTok and Instagram and everything else, mate. Please. Just please.
Yeah, change the algorithms. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't fact checked it, but it was when we were at the range. Supposedly China, their TikTok, they limit their media to just educational and inspirational.
I've heard something like this, yeah.
And they don't have sort of our TikTok that we have, which is probably clever.
This was a thing on Rogan, man.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chinese version of it is completely different to the Western world. So us Westerners, we're just uploading stupid shit like us doing
dumb you down
dances and stupid stuff. Whereas in China,
Literally.
it promotes, inspiring things and good work ethic and all that sort of stuff that they see is beneficial.
Oh, there you go. It has to be true. It's on Rogan.
So,
Well, there's probably some validity to it, yes.
No, Rogan's pretty good. I'll trust him.
Yeah, he's a vibe. I like him.
Yeah.
I just listened to his Matt Welsh one today, actually, and I already watched Matt Welsh's series, What is a Woman, on the Daily Wire, and absolutely fantastic.
so what is a woman?
Someone with girly parts.
But is it? Depends who you ask.
Yeah. Born with girly parts, there you go. It's a woman. Why take that away? Why take gender away from people like your biological gender? It's disgusting. Well, I think it takes it, like, detracts from people, men or women that have done great things. I think it, really detracts from. Well, you think about it. Okay, this is going to be sexist. Caleb's looking at me weird. So okay, so say like a.
He likes it.
I'm trying to work out where you're going with this now.
Well, say like a woman. Now, typically, we're talking in a patriarchy sort of society. A woman does something amazing or outstanding, and is then put on a pedestal. Well, that's
Because like woman of the year or something.
No, it could be something smaller than that, like say a female hunter that succeeds exponentially.
Best
All right,
female
let's put it into perspective for the podcast, I guess. Okay, why take away the gender and just say that you're a person that has done it? Well, no, she's standing for females, and that's a big feat in a male-dominated industry. Cool. We need more people like that. So why take that win away from her?
I suppose this is probably one we can put to Danielle. What award would you rather win? Would you rather win a shotgun title with just females? I mean, you'd probably rather beat everyone, boys and girls. But would you want that title? Would you want the best female?
Or both?
Or I don't know. It's a weird one, eh?
The best way to probably ask it is if you outshot everyone on that day, would you be rather given best female shooter for the day, or would you be rather given the best shooter?
Best shooter.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that gender. Like, no. Okay, it's my opinion, but like this whole equality thing, like, great. Like, do your thing, do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, men are superior in a way to women. Physically, they're stronger. There is. Men are what's known as hunters, natural hunters. They're supposed to be like the providers, the protectors. So when you're a girl and you're up against that and you beat them, it's like, yeah.
Beat them at their own
Like,
game.
I don't care if I beat the girls. Because I support the girls. I want the girls to beat the boys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that whole, like I wouldn't want best female. I'd rather overall shooter.
Yeah.
But known as a female, though, like, yeah, I can get what you're saying. You're the best shooter of the day, and you're a female, and you just said you're supporting females. So, you know, like if in this, yeah, no, I'm not going to go
Spit
down.
it out.
Stop
Spit it
dancing,
out.
man.
Spit
Stop
it out.
dancing. Just say it.
I get where you're coming from, I do, but at the same time, you just mentioned there is differences between males and females. So equality is not going to happen in that aspect of I guess, physical attributes. That's not going to happen. Equality as a general, so like you said, best shooter instead of best female, yeah, okay, I get that. But if you are outshining the males and you're a female, let it be known to the females that you can do this. Power to you. And I think identifying that is amazing, because I can guarantee you probably outshoot everyone at shotgun on this table 100%. And, you know,
Easily.
if I was you, I'd be like, suck it! Like, I would be all up in everyone's face being like, you just got outshot, boy. I'd own that shit. Bloody oath. I would. I don't know, that's just me.
Oh, yeah, it's a good sort of reason to just give your mates shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's ego. Everybody loves to show off a bit of ego every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's healthy competition.
Yeah.
Healthy competition.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm not doing a good.
No one knows what
good,
you're trying, man.
Good way of.
Because I thought you were going the opposite way there for a bit, and then you sort of
Same. I
went
thought
with
you
the
were
conversation.
I thought we were going left. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can go left. You know what it comes down to? I think it just comes down to the person. If you've got the mindset that, okay, you're a girl, you've won, girls are better, then it's going to come off as a negative experience. But if you're able to joke around and have that open mind, then I think it's a positive. I think it comes down to the people, the person.
Yeah.
And that carries across. So you could even take that back to the start of the conversation with, you know, people with guns and violence and safety and all that. It's, you got the gun, but it comes back down to the person.
What sort of hurdles did you have to jump or to navigate getting into either shooting or hunting as a female with not much of the population as females doing it?
Yeah, we had I at the very start, so I deleted my Instagram. This is my second Instagram that I've got now, but when I first had it, and I was a lot more involved on the shops page on Facebook, there was like a shooting in Margaret River. It was very tragic. It was a mental health related situation, and as a female, I think I got targeted because it's easier to target females than what it is to target males. And I just get messages from like fake accounts, you know, like, why don't you go blow your head off? Like, you're a stupid bitch. Like, you're a woman. Like, you're a woman. You should know better. And there was a lot of messages that said, you're a woman. You should know better. You should relate to these families. Like, and I used to get a lot of that.
Wow.
I disappeared off social media for a bit because it was just like too much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could handle a couple and just be like, they're idiots. But if it kept happening.
But the pattern was, it wasn't happening to any of the guys in the shop. It wasn't happening to any of the other. And what it was said to me was, well, you're easy because you're a female target. Women naturally are more emotionally reactive than men. You know, men are more logical. They're just like, oh, whatever, just don't have social media. But for me, it was like, well, I don't want to get rid of my social media. So you keep reading it and you get another message and you keep reading it. And yeah, I used to get messages that said, why don't you put your barrels in your mouth and just blow your brains out?
Fuck.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And apart from social media, how did that affect you?
Do you know what? My mindset got thick in this industry. Like, I struggled. You can even take it back to, we'd get the older generation come into the store and they'd want to buy whatever. And I'd go to serve them and they'd be like, look, love, I don't mean to be rude, but there's nothing you can teach me. Nothing that you can say that I don't already know. So I was naturally sort of building up to the tolerance of, I'm going to get that a lot. And then at the end of the day, I just sort of thought, you know what? Like, I could go out and buy or sell someone a car. They could go drink drive and have the same result. They could take someone's life. It's not my fault because I sold them the car. That's their problem. And that's the mindset I started to bring on. I had to sort of, the anti-gunners were just, like, we had someone break into our gun club. This is how stupid it gets sometimes. So the gun club where we shoot paper targets and clays, they graffitied all over the walls, meat is murder. Like, it's just... you just sort of, you gotta, it's all mindset.
See, this is almost where, like, jumping back onto the female topic, I personally believe we need more females in the industry. Right? Yeah. One, because females are more likely to get shit done, and they're actually more likely to be heard. They're more likely to
more vocal,
kick up a stink, and be heard. A lot of men, especially in this industry, especially when it comes to firearm laws, they're like, let's just not make a noise so we can fly under the radar.
Too passive.
That's not the right way to go about it at all. So this is where I think, and this is just my opinion, being a female in the industry, it's even more imperative that you stand out and say you're a female doing this in this industry, because you've got the compassion side of things and all the rest of it that's associated with a woman. It's more likely to bring new or people to the sport, one, or change minds of the general public. If a guy stands up there and he's, you know, he could be well dressed, but he's a guy and he's talking to the general population, they might just look at him and just go, "Oh, you're a redneck fucking loser." See ya. Yeah. You know, like,
it's that double standard. The biggest issue I have here in WA is we don't have public ranges. So I always get girls as well message and be like, "Can you teach me to shoot?" And it's like, I would love to, but the clubs that I'm at, they don't let you bring members, visitors. Sorry, you have to be a member.
Yeah.
So you have to go through your training. You have to pay your fees. Yeah, it's not. There's no educational purpose behind it. It's literally a competing club, and as of, I think it's going to be built by 2024. They're building their first public open range. So that's going to be my opportunity to be like, yeah, if you want to go learn, let's go do it. I would be the biggest advocate for females shooting and like screaming at, you know, educational, like gun wise, but I just don't have the facilities.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for me to do it from. And it's like, even if like going back to hunting, like I've had people say to me like, "Can you show me how to just shoot a rabbit?" Or "Can you tell me what I need to do?" Like, and it's like, I've got nowhere to take you.
Yeah.
Because it's all private land, and then you befriend people with these properties, and it's like, "Oh, can I bring someone?" They're like, "Oh, I'd rather you didn't," like, because, and so it's hard here in WA for that. But when this open range, SWA are building it, when this range is up and running, I'm so going to be all over that.
Yeah, good.
You'd imagine that'll take off too, and it'd be quite popular within the public.
Yeah, I feel it will be, because it's not too far from, you know, suburbia. It's fairly on the doorstep, and it's all within the vicinity of all the other clubs as well. So everybody knows where the gun clubs are.
Yeah.
You just can't turn up as a visitor.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got huge like hopes that there's a new career maybe somewhere along the line there for me as well.
Yeah, nice.
Sounds good.
Nice.
It'd be good too.
Bit of a future plan.
I'm hopeful.
Look,
really hope.
WA definitely needs it by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, for all those pigeons, right?
And what was limiting what was limiting the public to be able to go as a visitor to other clubs? Obviously, SWA are able to do it, or have they changed and fought for laws to change?
No, so it was the clubs basically making their own decisions at the AGM, like it would come in as a vote. So my club, for example, we just grew to 500 members so fast. And because we're not funded, so we don't have like groundskeeper and stuff like that, it's all run by members, the volunteering, they just couldn't accommodate the club getting bigger. So they capped it. Because what started to happen is the more members we had, they would bring in friends. And I was also the safety officer for the club, and you would turn up and people have just trashed the range. there was like, and it got to a stage where you didn't know if it was members doing it or if it was the guests that they're bringing doing it. So to clear it up a little bit, they made it members only, and since they made it members only, it has stopped.
Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense.
And it just sucks because it would have probably been 1 or 2 people, and we've got 500 members, so the rest of the members suffer for it.
Yeah.
Are you a volunteer as a range officer?
Safety officer I was. So I run the safety training to join the club.
That was voluntary?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other issue is no one's being paid to look after the range, or maybe a caretaker, but you know, it requires more than one person. And if you can pay your safety soups, you know, obviously there's a little more incentive for more people to become safety soups and then clean up the range and look after it a bit better. In my mind, it boils down to money and insurance as well.
Yeah, and I guess it's a difficult one as well because obviously your 500 limit, you're saying, I'm not sure how much further you have to go past that to be able to afford to be able to pay people to do these things. But the more people are on board, the more work that these volunteers have to do. And it sort of where's that point where you can sort of start funding that help.
Yeah, but up until that point, if there's more work, there's going to be less volunteers because who wants to volunteer and work hard? Not many people.
Yeah,
I can see how people will be like, nah, screw that.
Yeah.
You know?
And in all honesty, a lot of the people that are volunteering, most of them, not all of them, are mostly retired.
Yeah, old as fuck. They need to move on.
yeah.
They're observers.
The old blokes that come and chew your ear off at the range.
Yeah, there are some other clubs that will let you bring visitors, but they're very, like, they'll be specifically lever action or specifically some, and it's not what everybody wants to be doing.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, everybody comes off the back of watching John Wick and they're like, I want to know how to do a backflip and a handstand and down the range, and it's like, cool. Right.
Keanu Reeves,
How much his gun cost though first, right?
he did give me a hard on running that gun. There's no doubt about that.
I think you had a hard on before he picked up the gun.
Nope. When I seen him do his thing at, what's that? That gun training. It starts with a T, I think. Can't remember. Yeah. No, the club itself in the States. He did a lot. Him and
did
Halle
pistol
Berry
training,
did a
yeah.
whole bit of training.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ran that well.
He does it better than most pros. I'm like, holy crap.
You know he is pro. He's pro IPSC shooter.
You have to be.
Is he now?
Yeah, and he teaches women's safety handgun and all of that, self-defense.
Oh.
I don't know if he still does it, but he's got all that under his belt. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Good on him.
He's a shooter.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Josh is barring up
You know
again.
who else?
Tables on to lean.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I mean, his movies aren't that good anymore, which is a shame. But like, he's pro gun. Yeah.
I did hear Vince was pro gun actually. There's not many celebs that are pro gun. There's a couple females, like Halle Berry, I think she's sort of
now.
and
There's not many that are open about it anyway.
yeah.
Do you know who broke my heart? Liam Neeson. Oh, he's anti-gun.
Really? Funny that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
He makes all his money in movies related to killing people and guns. That's
the same as
just
Hollywood
hypocrisy.
themselves. Yeah. Hollywood themselves is against guns, but they make so much money off their movies.
I'm not watching.
And I was like, that is, yeah, I can't watch any of his films now the same anymore.
Yeah.
You still watch them, but
Yeah, just don't enjoy them as much. You know, half enjoy them.
So that's what we need to do as shooters. Like people like that in Hollywood, just stop paying to watch these guys' movies until they change or broaden their mindset about it. Especially if they're making money off of the action movies.
we can't all
That's
vote the
disgusting.
same way.
Matt, what's his name? Fucking Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon's anti-guns as well.
What's with the fucking act? What's with that?
Haven't you seen the meme where he's like, Matt Damon?
No, I haven't.
No, yeah,
Okay.
he's anti-gun. I don't watch his shit anymore. Matt Damon.
That's how Josh normally speaks. He has a different voice for the podcast.
Got to fucking jazz it up, mate.
Yeah.
I've honestly never seen that meme before.
I think it might have been Family Guy, like a snippet off of Family Guy, and he comes into
So it wasn't even Matt Damon.
the thing. No, they were portraying Matt Damon. He's like, Matt Damon. Yeah,
So Seth MacFarlane as Matt Damon.
yeah,
Probably.
pretty much. Yeah, but I won't watch his shit anymore because he's pro gun, and once again, most of his videos are about killing dudes with guns.
Yeah.
You showed him, Josh.
Yeah.
Well, he's not getting my $8 for a rental.
Oh, dear. All right, well, let's work our way through some more questions. Danielle, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Gun related, it would be finger off the trigger until you're ready to pull it. Life related would be probably from my mum. If you ever get in a fight, make sure you use your fist, don't pull hair.
Okay.
I don't know. If I'm against Jason Momoa, I'm going to be pulling his hair and doing anything I can to put that dude down. Jesus. No such thing as a fair fight.
Anything goes.
Bloody hell.
Well, explain that one then. No pulling hair. Use your fist. What is that how it went?
I just realised why you laughed. Oh, dear. You're a deviant, mate.
That's not why I laughed. I'm just imagining like fights.
No, you're not. Your mind went straight into the gutter.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to try that one on the night, I reckon.
Fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
I lost it.
No, well, I don't know. I don't see. I've got sisters, right? So I'm trying to bring this back to fighting, Josh. I'm trying to bring this back to fighting, and yeah, when they fought with each other, then there was hair pulling and all the crap. And you watch girls fight, man, and they're scratching. There's hair pulling.
Is hair pulling just a resort to not hitting the other person? Like that's just.
I think hair pulling is just like bad fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if it was just the above the belt thing, and then once they swung and hit, that was below the belt.
No, I'd
Just
say
a
it's just bad
Girl
fighting.
code.
Well, the raw end of the stick with my sisters. Joy used to just punch me. She gave me multiple black eyes when I was a kid. I'd piss her off, and there was no hair pulling, no nothing. It was just a fist in the face. I'm like, bloody hell.
Try having no sisters. They're all brothers.
Yeah, well,
That was brutal.
were they pulling hair?
Anything but.
Anything but hair?
No, it was plenty of things. It was fists. It was shovels. There was a lot of things.
I threw a shovel at you once. Oh, yeah, I can relate.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's the story behind the shovel throwing?
Couch and I used to have a business together, earth moving business, and most of our work was putting in underground power for residential houses. And I remember one day we were digging like two houses together, and like I was in a shitty mood because we got real bad hands. I couldn't connect conduit together. Like it's
Just
hard,
a simple
hard
like
to
3
explain.
kilo pressure.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. And he wouldn't either get off the machine to come give me a hand or some shit. I've cracked the shits because I couldn't get this pipe in, and I just remember picking up the shovel and throwing it at him while he was on one of our pieces of equipment on the excavator. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I walked up afterwards and just joined it.
Yeah, you literally
And then
just
just
like,
feel like,
what's the matter with you?
Fuck's
And I'm
wrong?
like, well, man, I can't help it.
Just
My,
having one of those cramps on the fucking ground. It's just.
yeah, no, it's just
He didn't bring his strong hand that day, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely not. Was ghosting it or something.
Shit.
I don't know. But no, that was all right. That was probably our only the only big tiff I remember anyway from working with you.
Oh, there was probably a few, just it was not personal. It was just a moment.
Yeah, just a brain fart or something. I don't know.
We used to play fight, and then there's always this point when in a play fight where it just tips over the edge and it gets serious.
Yeah.
But neither of you want to admit that it's now a serious fight.
Yes.
We're still playing.
That happened with the
But
brothers
then
a lot as well.
The punches get a bit harder, and
Yeah,
Someone cries.
You're waiting for one to be submissive, but it would never,
Yeah.
no one would back down. And it'd be like, well, this is just escalating and there's no stop. But you just can't stop. You just can't. I had a mate growing up, actually. The same thing happened, but we were sword fighting with Rio. And it started to get like real bad, and my parents had an old hatchback in the backyard, and I remember he's jumped on the hatchback and started swinging at my head, and I'm like, nah, fuck you, this is going way too far. So I've gone up the top, and we've ended up just like beating the shit out of each other with Rio. That was probably one of the worst
That's
childhood
quite quick.
fights.
he's dead now.
One of us is still breathing.
Who's the real winner?
What about you, Danielle? How many siblings you got? Or any?
I have a younger brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And we used to, the worst thing was when, like, because I was older, if I ever hurt him, he started crying, he'd be like, don't tell mum, don't tell mum, don't tell mum, I fucking hurt you more. And then, like, yeah, that was the panic.
Hey, and you were saying don't tell mum to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Starts
been
crying. It's like,
Yeah.
you were hitting me too. And, yeah.
there's been plenty of times when the little brothers, you heard them, and you're like, oh, I'm fine, I'm sorry, I'll do something for you. Don't tell mum.
Yeah. I'll buy some chocolate.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Did you have a treats cupboard growing up? Or a treats jar?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would sneak a treat and blame it on you or vice versa. Who was the culprit?
My brother ate at Christmas one year his advent calendar and my advent calendar. He ripped it up, and then put it in my room under the pillows.
That's smart. I'll give him that.
That's God.
That's well played.
I'm going to have to remember that for my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, fair play. Play on.
But yeah, he was shocking. But, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Good on him.
My sisters, like, I didn't like sweet, or still don't like sweet things that much.
It's just your custard tarts.
No, I haven't eaten one for, like, probably 6-7
I'm gonna buy
years,
you
man.
one. Get you back on.
But my sisters were bad for it, man. Like, we used to have Wheat Bix and Nutella on it as a treat because, yeah, I don't know why. But my sisters would spoon the Nutella out, and then I'd always get in trouble. They'd be like, you know, who did this? Mum would then come smack me. I'd be like, wait a second. Something's not adding up. I'm getting punished for something I didn't do. And I'd catch my sisters all the time. Be like, get out of it. But that's all right.
My brother, when we were younger, put a butter knife through my middle finger. I got a scar on my middle finger because I wouldn't butter his bread or butter his toast.
Butter is
And he's
biscuit.
like, yeah, and he's like,
Sorry. What are you drinking tonight?
I didn't call on that one.
I had 3 pseudos because I got this cold just so I could talk tonight, mate, all right?
It's starting to come through, bro.
It's going to have to go for a 3-hour one just to see how it eventuates.
Oh,
It's going to be
jeez.
good.
Sorry, keep
Anyway,
going.
he refused to butter your bread.
I refuse to.
No, other way around.
Oh, shit.
How we going? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
anyway, I got stabbed. Like, he would just put it straight through my middle finger. He's like, "Oh, I'll stab you," and I was like, "No, you won't." And he just went straight through my finger.
Was he then like, don't tell mum, don't tell mum?
Yeah, he was. That's exactly what it was. He was like, "Don't tell mum. I'm sorry. Don't tell mum." But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, ouch.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, that's probably the standout one that I remember.
That's probably the most dangerous thing that's happened to you as well. Bloody hell.
I actually had a similar stabbing, but it was with my old man, and I was trying to nick food off his plate at the dinner table, and he just put his elbow on the table with a knife in his hand, and he's like, "Go on." And I was like, "Nah, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't." So I tried to nick something else off his plate, and he just brought his hand out with a knife in it. I think I have a scar somewhere in my arm because I was just like, "Nah, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it," and he did. So
I've had my
Stabbing.
I've had my little brother pissing off my other brother, and it got to a point where he ended up stabbing him with a soldering iron.
I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Was it hot at the time?
No, it wasn't on. But it was sharp.
Oh.
There's been plenty of
It was
those.
on.
These
You
are
could
all
make
cool.
a wound and cauterize it at the same time.
There's no blood, no evidence.
These are all cool.
Harder, not harder.
yeah.
Stabbing each other. This is why we can't have a Second Amendment because of you three.
Been darts thrown at each other. Far out.
All right.
It's all good fun.
Next question. What's your most treasured possession, Danielle?
It's got to be my 223. So out of everything that I've had, like gun related or non-gun related, my 223, probably because I've put a lot of money into it, but I've done some epic hunting trips with it. I've made some wicked shots, and then I've also done target shooting. So my 223 for sure, which is this one here.
Oh, very nice. Go through what it is and what you've done to it because it looks fancy.
It's my gal. So it's a ticker, 223, fluted barrel, and it's in an MDT chassis. It's had so many chassis, but I've got it in the MDT chassis at the moment.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But it's the glass. It's a Swarovski. So it's a Swarovski Z5.
Very
So
nice.
All up. It's, it's up there in price, but she's my baby.
You got some Magpul furniture on it?
Yeah. I got the Magpul AR-15 buttstock and the grip. And then the rest is MDT. And I upgraded the buffer tube to be billet, so it's a bit more strengthened. But yeah, she's just over here with the game that we can shoot. 223 is generally my go-to.
Yeah.
So I would love to run bigger calibers, but just that doesn't happen like that on smaller properties and stuff. So she's definitely my most prized, the gun I've put the most money into. Yeah.
What's you said you had a few good hunts with it. What's the one that comes to mind?
My favorite was a goat, and it was up on a property called Nandi Station, and it was sort of like a hill. It went up and then went flat, and then went up and then went flat, and it maybe like sort of angled up. It was about 100 meters sort of thing, so you could climb it fairly easy. There were these goats walking around on the flat bits. And we were on quad bikes and it was raining. And for some reason, I just love shooting in the rain. It's not good for your guns, like rustling, but it was just awesome. And these goats spotted them. They came round and I was at the bottom. It was hammering down with rain and I just took the shot and I nailed it. And it was right at the top. And then I realized I had to climb to the top to get the fucking thing out. But it was just so spontaneous. Yeah, and he was I was like, I didn't think I was going to make the shot because I hadn't shot in that heavy a rain before, so I just wasn't 100% sure on the bullet placement. I nailed him, and I was like, yeah.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah,
the 223 is definitely underrated. There's not much that you couldn't take with the 223, I think, anyway. But what made you go to the 223?
Mostly, I don't reload, so it was the cost of ammunition. You're working off $1 a shot, but and then because I don't reload, it's just the variable of ammo that you can get on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you buy a 4570.
That's right.
Theory's just gone out the window.
Literally. And then I took it down to the club. I don't like precision shooting. I find I don't have the patience for it. So I done some target shooting at 300, 400, 500, and I managed to get, we've just holdover with this 223 set up for hunting in 55 grainers, all within a 20-cent piece at 500 meters.
Bloody hell.
Nice.
I was like, it's not on the center, it's a little bit up, but they're grouped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's the main thing.
She's just I think I've sighted it in and it's just so on point. It's my most reliable gun.
What brand of ammo are you using?
I like to use the Seiko 223 soft points. Yeah, or Hornady soft points are good, but at the club, I like the Buffalo Rivers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
It
nice.
was they're good rounds.
Yeah, the Z5, do you have I've got a Z5, I think it is, as well. Does it have the
illumination?
No, like I can set 4 zeros, I think. Like it's got like these little collars that you
Yeah,
can set.
you've had those added. I don't have those. No,
They don't?
no, I didn't have those increment. No.
Is that something you'd get? Can you add it to your scope?
You can add the turrets. Yeah, you can send it back and they'll put the turrets in, and then you can set it so it remembers each one. Is that what you've got?
Yeah, mine's a bit strange. It's got like a dialable turret, but it's got little collars and they're different coloured.
Yeah,
and you can your zero is your first one, and then it's like red or green or something like that, and then
yellow. Yeah.
So you can hold multiple zero, I guess.
Yeah, you can pay to have those. No, I didn't get those ones. I wish I'd got the illumination one, but they wanted was it like an extra 800-900 just for illumination?
Yeah.
Just buy a torch.
Yeah.
Maybe you can work out a trade, Josh, because Josh is currently just sits on a shelf and does nothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no.
Why? What did you have it on?
It's actually currently for sale.
It is.
never been
Yes.
on a gun.
It is.
No, it's been on my 2-3 just when I tried it.
Yeah,
But,
as a mate helping a mate out and letting you use it. But no, I'm not forced man. So yeah,
Night Force are good. Night Force are good.
yeah. Being ex-military, you get discount on Night Force.
Yeah, that's
so
gonna be
it
my
makes
next
it
go.
affordable.
For sure.
How much discount?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. Like
You stole them, didn't you?
you'd be looking.
He has no idea.
I bought an NX8, and I think I got around $700 off of it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So very worth it. Makes it affordable because they are quite an expensive scope, and glass wise, comparing the two, the Swaro is a very, very nice picture out of the glass. Like it's very nice. Same with the Night Force.
Thing is with the Night Force though, you get the 30mm tube, so you can use it for distance better.
Yeah.
Because you got the more adjustment. Whereas the Swaros, they're all 25. Well, majority of them. Mine's a 1-inch tube, so it's good for hunting. But if I was gonna take it to the range, I'd probably want something with more adjustment. But Night Force are good for that. I do like Night Force. Yeah.
They're bloody light, the Swaro. I couldn't believe how light it is. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, absolutely perfect for a hunting rig. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. She's my girl.
Have you named it?
No, I can't. Everyone seems to name their guns like old lady names. Like Betty or I don't know. What do you have a name for your gun?
I don't have one for mine.
My tick is Genevieve.
See, old lady name.
Yeah.
Josh?
It's terrible. I can't remember the name of my guns. I've named
So
them,
you
but
don't have
I
an
can't remember.
I call one of his guns the dildo because of the stock on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you have names. Maybe it's just me in the group.
Yeah.
What was the guy from Walking Dead with the baseball bat? What was his name? The baseball bat's name? Oh, God.
Baseball bat.
Yeah, he named his baseball bat, didn't he?
Because he was the dad out of Supernatural, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Lucille.
That's it.
Lucille.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah, Lucille.
Which one of your rifles is
Montego.
Lucille? The A1 tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucille.
I have to name mine. No idea.
Can we name it for you?
I'll let
That's a nice gun.
I'll let the listeners name mine.
Why don't you
I'll
let
pick one out of
Danielle name your gun?
We do a poll.
Throw out one. Give me one.
What is it? What gun is it?
It's a Hauer in an MDT.
I'll think about it.
All right, flick one through.
Off the top of my head.
So I'm in a rush.
Question without
It's fine.
notice.
Or Tawanda.
Movie.
Call it Danielle. You can name your
There's the answer.
Call it Danny.
There you go.
Yeah, Danny.
You put
It's
a question
named,
out
bro.
there. You have to call
It's
it.
named now.
You have to call it Danielle now.
Yep,
Yeah, good name.
We'll see.
you do.
No, it's a thing. You have to.
All right.
All right.
Done.
Law.
Next question, Danielle. What's your favourite movie?
Step Brothers.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bloody oath. What's your favourite line out of
I'm
Step
a
Brothers?
huge Will Ferrell fan.
Yeah, nice.
What's your favourite line out of the Step Brothers movie?
My favorite line out of Step Brothers would be, "Why are you sweating?"
Is that when he puts the balls on his? Yeah, it's after he puts the balls on his drum
On the
kit.
drums.
I've put my balls on
kit,
Caleb's
yeah.
drum kit. I have. Yeah,
Just inspiration.
man. I watched Step Brothers and I was like, yeah, Caleb's a drummer, so I'm like, I got to do it. It has to be done.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, it is a good movie. It's my favourite comedy. So
Do you want to go do karate in the basement? Can we just become best friends? Yep. Fucking hell. That's gold. My favourite line, I reckon, would be at the start, the wedding. He's like, this wedding is horse shit. Yeah, that's gold. Watched it way too many times. Fucking
Anything with Will Ferrell. Anything with Will Ferrell. Yeah. He's my spirit animal.
next question. Recommend someone to be a guest on this podcast. This is your opportunity to dump someone else in it.
So I'll have to, on Instagram, she's called Outback Rookie. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. Her name is Bella Miller.
Okay.
Bella Miller.
She's an epic hunter. Pig hunter as well, guys. Sorry.
All good, all good.
Rifle or sticking?
She does a bit of both.
Both.
Okay.
Nice.
Kind of. We
I
haven't.
love her.
You're our first dedicated pig hunter, I think. Oh no.
No.
We've had Stu.
We've had hunting. We've literally had hunting with Stu on.
Really? Yeah. Sorry.
Good work,
You
John.
can't get any
Stu.
more dedicated than him.
Yeah. You can't. Far out. Have you seen some of his stuff?
No, what's his last name?
Hunting with Stu. Look him up on YouTube, and he's got some insane footage of pig hunting.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Did you have your burning question? What were we up to?
I do. So I did notice you've got a tattoo, and I noticed there was a shotgun on it.
Yes.
Ah, very nice.
It's a hunting theme.
Yeah.
So I've even got a deer, see, in the crosshairs.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in here, I need another animal in the crosshairs.
Ah, very nice.
But yeah.
I'm guessing you'd have a boar on there somewhere.
No.
Well, there you go.
My tattoo, like, let's get a boar. And I was like, I don't know if I want a pig tattooed on me.
Yeah, no, that's probably fair.
You can get a mallet. You're probably able to get it made sort of like a gnarly looking and not just like a pig.
Nope. Nah. I agree with you. Just don't do it. That's a bad choice.
Get the pig representing WA in a crosshair.
No,
Yeah, it's a hammer gun. It's not just any shotgun. It's actually a
yeah.
hammer gun.
I noticed it before, and there's a good detail in it. To be honest, looks very good.
Yeah, he did do a good job. Yeah.
Do you have a particular guy that you go see?
Yeah, his name is Chris at Abandoned Art in Wanneroo. I've known him for years, but yeah, he does all my work. He's just started doing my back, so my whole back's gonna get covered, and then he'll finish my sleeve. But I need some more hunting stuff on it, so it's just finding the game. Like, I thought getting a big grizzly would have been cool, but then I'm like, I'm trying to keep it like a little bit less like mannish.
Well, here's one for you. Catch your name is Gun Danielle if you get a pigeon in a crosshair.
Done.
Or a dove. We'll jazz it up. We'll make it a dove.
Dove.
Yeah, dove.
Turkey.
What was it you said at the start? The kiwi bird.
Yeah.
The ugliest looking bird on the planet. Oh,
I guess it's a bit hard with that theme of tattoos that you sort of want it mildly feminine but still being kick-ass, but without being so blokish. You're just like, yeah.
Put a unicorn in there. Unicorn.
A unicorn.
Yeah, dumb.
Across.
Because you would if you had the chance.
I so would.
They are real, Shannon.
Be an awesome taxidermy.
Oh, he'd be one of a kind.
You could make a unicorn. Yeah, well, taxidermy
It's
make a unicorn.
100% it's been done.
Yeah.
It has to have.
Didn't we? Just put a big black dildos as well.
Well, you know those those seal things that got like the horn on their head, just a long straight horn. You just get them on a horse, taxidermy horse, done.
What are you talking about?
Making a unicorn.
A seal?
No, you know there's like a seal thing that has like a long
You're talking about
walrus dick?
he's talking about a narwhal.
narwhal seal walrus thingy.
They've got a horn.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a long unicorn horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only one that doesn't know.
Yeah.
Ocean. Yeah.
Just taxi that on a horse head. Done.
I feel like it's going to be a piss take, so you may as well put a big black dildo instead, mate. That's what I reckon. May as well.
Fuck.
Because it's going to be a piss take no matter what.
Well, it's your. See, I don't have any tats because I'm like, this is on my
Because
body.
you're vanilla. You're fucking vanilla.
Because it's on my body for life, man. I mean, other than my kids, I probably don't have anything I think that I would put on there.
Can they put tattoos on pasty skin?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Would you get something done ever? Would you consider anything?
Get a portrait of Josh on your ass.
Genevieve, I'll pay you to get a portrait of me on your ass.
Oh, how much?
No, it'd only be my kids. That's the only thing that's important enough to me.
You
to
got
put
a
on my
portrait
body.
of them on your ass? That's a bit weird.
Ooh, like but see, this is the thing though. When you see when people do like their kids' footprints or their dates of birth, I just don't rate it. Like,
I'll get a send it mate tattoo if you all get a send it mate tattoo. That's important.
Make the pack now.
What do we do? Fucking break a pinky.
are we pinky swearing?
Can't break
I've already got a ring on my arm from the last pact I made. Fuck. Just get the centimate in the ring.
We've got to draw blood, man, and shake hands on it.
To be honest, it'd be a sick tattoo.
It'd actually be all right as a tattoo.
There you go. That's what's under your arm. Send it mate tattoo. You either got the pigeon or the send it mate tattoo. You've got two choices.
It'd make a good tram stamp.
Is that where you're going to get your send it mate tattoo?
Yeah.
While your missus pegging you, you can look at it.
She'd be like, "Did you really want this?" I'm like, "Send it, mate."
Who's calling who daddy now? Sorry.
Oh, shit. So, like, you do a bit of hunting. You haven't done any fishing. What else are you get up to?
I done a bit of Muay Thai. That was a few years ago. That's on my Instagram.
Yeah. Aye.
Bit of fighting. Apart from that, no. That's it. That's all my cards on the table. The hunting, the shooting,
Jim.
gym. Yeah, that's it. Now you guys are making me feel boring.
Routine's good, and there's nothing boring about any of that. Like gym, shooting, hunting, it's pretty good. What's your future looking like? What's in store for the future?
I've got, like I said before, I got a few aspirations in the pipeline. When this public range opens up, I got hopes that I can maybe take something on board there and start ramping up females in shooting. That's definitely a goal. That's definitely on the cards.
Yeah, nice.
Apart from that, the shotgun season will start up again in the new year. So going for that state title again will be a big goal too. And then I'd also maybe like to start getting around Australia, do like a decent hunt, a decent deer hunt.
Yep.
I got to do it. It's one of those things where it's like, I got to do it. It's just got to happen.
What the hardest part is getting in your car and going. But after that, it's just, yeah, it'll happen. No, dead set. It's the hardest part is getting in the car and just going.
You'd be going to fund this, man.
That's the other thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Like you're talking about, what was that property you were saying before? And you're saying, but it's going to cost big.
oh, look, a fellow under 440 will cost you 240. I think will cost you like trophy. I think last prices I checked was $440. A trophy bigger than 240, it was $880, and then you get like red, which the last time I looked, it was about 13 or 12 or $1,300, and then it is the expensive part is the guide. It's $500 a day, but I mean you could get a deer in the first day if you wanted to. I mean that is an expensive route. You could just go get your Vic license, Crown permit license, and hunt sambar and that. But that's rugged fucking country up there.
If you're going to come this far, you might as well go.
You may as well go
the
to
extra
Vic.
few 100 kilometres and go to Vic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you might not get the chances of getting something in Vic. You know, it's a split.
I think if you're going to pay for a trophy hunt here, for example, I wouldn't do it unless you sort of get into the age where you sort of can't really get out and hunt the high country, and you're becoming less mobile to do it. Therefore, you just pay for the hunt to get that dream buck that you've wanted, because it's not going to happen any other way.
Bro, there are some stunning animals on Brinkies.
I know there'd be stunning animals in public land as well.
Yeah, I don't reckon you want to do that for your first day. I reckon. Yeah. Nah. Sorry, I'll shut up about my first.
Popping the
first
cherry.
fella. Anyway, but
Jesus, man. Not everyone can shoot a moose.
His first fallow is just huge.
No, we call it a moose because it fucking
we
looks
pan
like
the
a
camera?
moose.
you can turn the camera.
Yeah,
You
I'll
can turn
check-
the camera. I haven't got it taxidermied yet, but the head's up on the wall here.
Oof, look at those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unrealistic expectations for your first fellow.
So I reckon a trip to Vic to public land, like try your luck, like get someone who knows the area and get you onto something. I reckon that's probably the way to go for first.
At least you could try Vic, and then if it doesn't work out, come through SA and pay for it. Yeah.
There's a question. Have you ever paid for it?
I don't like you on pseudo
Deer hunting,
ephedrine.
mate.
I don't like you
Yeah,
doing
you're
podcasts on pseudo ephedrine, bro.
On send it, mate, this one time.
All right. Well, the last question in our list is: what was your first rifle or first firearm?
If I think really hard, it was a little pumpy 22 Magnum, 16-inch barrel. It was a Taurus, and it's the only one I've ever seen, and I regret not having it now.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard of Taurus.
What happened? Did you just sell it? Move it on.
It was tied in with the X. So
I got
I co-licensed it and then let it go. Yeah.
Bugger.
So I regret that one. But yeah, it was a good gun. It's a bloody good gun because it used to hold the trigger and it would fire on the pump.
Slam for that bad boy. Bloody hell. Relationships make things difficult at times, or ex relationships, can't they? Fucking hell.
Oh well.
He shot, obviously. He was a shooter.
No, he wished he was.
love it.
Good answer. All right. Well, what do you reckon, boys? You got any more questions for Danielle? We've kept it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We've fought through some.
Been longer with the breaks.
We've fought through some insane lagging internet, but we've got there in the end.
I got one. Like, I guess it's a good time to sort of. I'm pretty sure you haven't already. Just plug the store that you're working at.
So I'm not there anymore.
Not there.
Okay.
No, but if I'm going to plug a store, I'd like to plug Roy Alexander's and Downrange Perth Firearms and Steelo's, who's up in Narrogin, who dropped me off my 4570 today.
It's probably you probably should plug them.
Yeah,
Very nice.
they're the three.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And how can people find you on social media? Check out what you're doing.
Gun Girl Danielle. And there are other links, but yeah, just check the Instagram.
I'd say, all right. Fucking, I'll ask. How'd that come about?
I needed to buy a 4570.
No, that's
Okay.
completely understandable.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as what other people have. So
Yeah. I presume, you're in control of your own fate on that sort of platform, but
yeah, literally, it's like if you look at the stuff that's on my Instagram, it's not much different from that.
no, that's fair. I ask mainly because I would like to travel around Australia with my missus, and we've spoken about how do we fund this. We're like, do we go down that path?
You'd be surprised at what people will pay for. Like, you just get her to set the standard, and then if people pay for it, they pay for it. If they don't, then the worst case scenario is that no one's paid for it.
I think that's what Josh is worried about. She'll set the standard too far.
No, because I would be the one buying her shit. But no, I was thinking about selling my own dirty underwear or something. I don't know.
No one's buying anything.
No, that wouldn't work. Actually, I probably would. One guy would, and you would just be disgusted.
Mate, if I sell one soiled underwear for $150, well, that's $150 for shitting my pants. That's a pretty good deal.
I will pay you to never, ever, ever go there. Ever. You fucking weirdo.
Why would you associate OnlyFans with shitting your pants, though? What's that connection?
It's a fetish that he shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, no, that was just a thought. I had a friend that went to fucking Japan, and he come back and he told me some stories about what they could buy in vending machines, and one of them was soiled underwear. So it's always stuck with me, and I'm like, okay, well, that'd be a way to fund the trip. I mean, yeah, you can take photos of your feet, and I don't know how it works.
It can be whatever you want it to be. Yeah. Is it gun related?
Some of the photos are gun related. It needs to be more gun related. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like being on OnlyFans? There's been some weird requests and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. How deep do you want to get into it?
Go on.
However far you want to.
Do you know the weirdest thing? The weirdest thing I can't get around is people want you to rate their dicks. So I say to you, how much do you charge if I send you a photo of my dick for you to rate it? And I'm like, what do you say? How do you rate it? Is there categories? What do you say to that?
Actually, I think I saw recently there was an Australian podcast as well that had some porn star that turned into OnlyFans, and she was saying that was one of her most requested as well. Was just getting rated. Guys wanted their dick rated.
Do you send back a thumbs up? Good job.
And she did say that. She'd know the people that would. Obviously, they know they have a small dick, and they're just pulling the piss. And then she did.
I've not done it, but that's what I vibed that it would be. People with small dicks wanting to be told that it's big.
Yeah.
I can't take it seriously. I'd be like, did you just send me a child's penis? What
It's
nice tic-tac.
And she was, it was definitely the awkward moment of them in betweens where you're not sure if they know.
I think for dudes, it's very much, we're very ego driven.
Yeah.
So if someone's not getting that ego boost and they're willing to pay for someone to give them an ego boost, I mean, do they want a real reaction? Do they want a honest reaction, or they just want a pump up?
Is it going to be honest on that sort of platform? Would you be honest? Be like, bro, you're uncircumcised. It looks like a fucking anteater. Well,
I'm gonna use that.
Anteater.
Well, I guess they're paid for it and they want you to rate it, so why not be honest?
I've not. I'm actually just. I don't know.
They're not going to come for a second rating, so just
You want repeat. You want repeat customers.
Maintain your customers, but
you get a rating after it. She rated my dick as shit.
That's the other side of it is people do want to be insulted.
yeah.
For example,
Oh,
someone sent me $20 the other day. So they sent me a message asking for a photo, and I just ignored it. And then they sent me another message like, are you going to do it? And I just wrote back, you can fucking wait. And then they sent me a $20 tip. And I was like, wait, what? So if I swear at you, I get money?
Holy shit.
Or
Like, you
yeah.
can't. It's just weird. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah. But
What-
that turned out to be what he wanted. He wanted to be spoken to like shit.
Huh.
There you go.
There's some weird ones out there.
Dude's weird.
Yeah. Is
They
So-
get worse.
Don't get worse.
we'll continue.
Yeah. Look, no, this is intriguing because, like,
This is
for
not
a
a- this is not a
dude
kid's
to
show.
start it. It's not like we can't fathom like ourselves really going onto it that well. And I'm sure it's quite difficult to make that jump for anybody, but we don't understand it.
Yeah, well, exactly. We don't understand.
If you're gonna go on it with your partner, the requests that are gonna come through are they're gonna want to see you and her do everything. But then you're gonna get people message her and be like, "Can you ask your boyfriend if I can fuck you? Can you ask your boyfriend if I can come in your hair? Like, can you?" Like, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. See, we were only joking about doing it, like, and we've had this conversation between, I guess.
I'm not doing a gay one with you. Is that what you're saying?
don't point at us.
Jokingly, for a guy, like, it's always just been a joke. Like, we're like, haha, yeah, we could fucking try this to fund this. It's never been like a serious thing, but I can certainly understand how there's money in it for sure.
But yeah, I guess the question, if you're getting to a question, I don't know, is when it's actually down, like it's in the media a lot, in the nitty gritty of it, how actually is it? Like, is it just creepy and weird, or can you manage it?
It can be creepy and weird. Like if you have no filter and you can happily go with the flow and do anything that people ask of you, you can make a lot of money. If you're just like willing to put it all out there, you can make a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, I had a request come through, and it was to go to a work Christmas party, and he would have paid $500 just for me to go to his work Christmas party with him.
Wow.
But that's nothing. That's just simple. But like, that's a lot of money
Yeah.
just to, and that one's not extreme, but they get more extreme.
So did they have free drinks at the Christmas party?
Free sushi.
I got to ask how many feet pics?
I've not had requests for feet pics.
Oh, really?
No.
I would have thought that'd be a
Haven't had a request for feet pics. No.
fair enough.
Bloody hell.
I've had for someone to put a bag over my head. Yeah.
What?
There's a request for a bag to be put over your head. Like they want to watch you get railed with like a bag, like you're being gagged.
Okay.
Yeah, right. This is going down a different path.
Again, dudes are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would see as a fallback to replying to that, I'd be like, "Fuck off, you germ." Like, this is why I could never do it because I'd just be like, for the ludicrous things like that, I'd be like, nah, like go jerk yourself in your mum's basement.
I'll pay you $200 for a photo with a bag over your head.
They'd probably pay me $200 for fucking swearing at them.
That's what's gonna happen to you and your missus if you do it. You just like
I'd do it.
you're just gonna get it. How it is. People will just try anything. It's just how it is. Yeah.
Would it be hard to do it anonymously? So if you didn't show your face, would it be hard to make any money?
Not with that beard.
With a send it mate tramp stamp, probably.
No, that's a reasonable
Maybe.
question.
I've heard it's too hard because you can't advertise.
Oh, you just make fake accounts.
Because that's the thing. Like you can't. Yeah, you have to have a social media presence somewhere to be able to direct people to your page.
Yeah.
It'll take time. You'd be able to do it. You just got to build that.
Be a slow burn.
You build that
versus
account.
if people
yeah.
know who you are. So how do you go with that? Like people know who you are. Like you happy to just be out there and proud about it? And
I think it's because I don't do stuff that people probably think I do.
yeah,
That's why. Like if it was full blown, it would be different. But
Yep.
it's not. It's none of that. You have to be thick skinned. Yeah, definitely. Because even though it's all says like don't copy it and don't film it, what stops people from doing that?
Correct. Correct.
So once you put it out there, you can't take it back.
Yeah.
And you just got to know from the start what you're okay with and what you're not.
Yep. That's fair.
I don't go full like porno, so that's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know,
5 years time, I'd be like, fuck.
I guess it's easy for people to assume what's on there though, because they can't see anything until they subscribe. So, like, who knows what's on there? So,
Some of the biggest, like followings on girls' OnlyFans are them doing like teas.
oh,
Yeah, that's like if you go on like their statistics and whatever, the moment you start putting it all out there, then it's different. But yeah, teas is the biggest income for OnlyFans.
Tease.
It kind of makes a bit of sense though, because it's
No,
like
never giving it up.
you leave something for the mind to sort of wonder.
it's like the thrill of the chase still.
Yeah.
If you get it all, then you're like,
Yeah.
just keep getting more bizarre with the requests. Whereas if it's just teasing little bit by little bit.
Fucking.
Do you know, once upon a time, Josh, like a glimpse of the risk was considered risque, like back in the 20s or something, like, you know.
I think you mean the old ankles, but yeah.
No, the wrist.
Yeah.
The wrist. A glimpse of the wrist, Josh.
The ankles were. Ooh,
Probably both, to be honest.
fucking hell.
Anyway, well, we like to learn things, so
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you know, it's just that weird topic that I guess guys don't understand, and you know we don't get it. I mean, I don't follow any of that shit. Like,
That's not what my subscribers.
no, I'm not saying like I don't go on those sites or anything like that. So for me, it's foreign. I don't know. Caleb's pretty into it, but anyway,
Josh would know how to sign up, so I believe him.
no idea. To be honest, put your Google account in or something. I don't know.
anyway, that was a weird
Yeah.
digression, but good one. I think we needed to learn.
Definitely.
Yeah. Going back on it now, would you still do it if you started again?
Probably would have done it sooner.
Okay. Yeah.
Sooner.
Yeah, probably would have done it sooner.
Really?
Just supplying all these guns.
Yeah. Money. Like,
Is that a job? Is that a full-time job for you now?
no, not even. Nah, not even. I mean, it's no different from like girls making money like at strip clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just on. But you get so much more control of what you do online.
Does OnlyFans take a portion?
They take 20%.
Okay.
They are raking it in.
Yeah.
They're raking it in. Yeah.
Fuck, that's all right, eh?
Fucking 20%.
20% of people just to post on your platform.
The amount of people that like have signed up to be content creators on OnlyFans is just exponential, especially since COVID. Like
Yeah.
it's gone ballistic.
Oh god, yeah. Everybody's working from home now. OnlyFans.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know. I haven't got any more questions on the topic, to be honest.
Not as is what you guys were probably hoping.
No,
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. So.
Honestly, I think all of us, in a weird way, were sort of dancing around. Do we ask? Do we not? But then it was sort of like Josh just had his little Dutch courage / pseudo-ephedrine and just plowed into it.
You two were sitting there looking like you're fucking about to cry. May as well ask.
Is there anything else you wanted to mention about it?
Nah.
Nah. You good?
It's not that it's really not that exciting. Like if I had more time and I had like no care factor and went all in, like honestly there's girls buying Range Rovers and you know buying house, like it's insane, but you got to have that, you got to be able to desensitize from not caring.
You'd almost need like an offsider to just deal with all the weirdos and reply to them.
My Instagram inbox needs an offsider for someone to go through.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine actually. It's hard enough on Instagram. I couldn't imagine having. I'm presuming OnlyFans has a private inbox account. I don't know how it works. If you type it in live or something.
It's just like Facebook. Like you log on, you've got a wall, you've got an inbox. The platform's very similar to Facebook.
Okay.
All your family's there. Everyone can see what they're The weird uncle keeps tagging you and stuff.
Got to be super weird if you're online and your dad jumps on. You're like, oh, fuck.
It's a big block.
What if he's sending 50s, mate? No.
Fuck.
Well, we do have to say a big thank you for enlightening us on a topic we don't know much about, or claiming to not know much about. If you guess what the real answer there is, but yeah, it's actually been really good fun having a chat to you and getting to know you, because we've seen you from afar. We've had the recommendation, and we thought, well, it'd be cool to get to know you and what you're about. Yeah, so got to say a big thank you to you, Danielle, for being on the podcast.
No worries, guys.
It's been good.
All right.
No problems at all.
I can't hear.
I think we've given up on you tonight, Josh.
Pseudo's rubbing off.
Can't hear at all.
I think we should probably leave it there before we get another lag in internet, or you ask another silly question. So
Let's do it.
all right, we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening, and yeah, check out Danielle and what she's doing on Instagram. It's pretty cool.
Good luck with all the shooting.
No dramas.
Thanks, mate.
See ya. Catch you next week.
Gotcha.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.